First type of questions where cash book and passbook will be given. We will compare the two, find the reasons of differences and then take the others. Only one rule to be followed here, which you can write in the summary, which is do the undone. Do the undone, which means if anything is debited in cash book but not credited in passbook, we studied yesterday, everything comes on opposite sides. If anything is debited in cash book, then it is to be credited in passbook. So do the undone means if anything is debited in cash book but not credited in passbook, then you credit in bank reconciliation statement. Do what is not done. Not credited in passbook, so you credit. Same way, if anything is credited in cash book but not debited in passbook, then we will debit in BRS. Same way, if anything is debited in passbook but not credited in cash book, again credited in BRS. And if anything is credited in passbook but not debited in cash book, then again debit in BRS. In short, only one rule to be followed right now when we solve cash book and passbook questions. What is that? Do the undone. If it is not debited in any books, then you debit in BRS. If it is not credited in any of the books, then you credit in BRS. Any doubts on this? How you will solve the question? You will start with either the closing balance of cash book, and our answer will come closing balance of passbook. Or we will start with closing balance of passbook, then our answer must come closing balance of cash book. Either of the things. Either you start with closing balance of cash book, then your answer will be passbook's closing balance. And if you start with passbook's closing balance, your answer will be cash book's closing balance. And in between, we will write the reasons why cash book's balance is different from passbook. How will you write those reasons? Do the undone. Okay. So look at page 271, question number 10. Page number 271, question number 10. Understand it properly how to solve, because one question I'll explain you, the other one I'll ask you. Then you'll try one on your own. Did you all take it out? Okay, we are done. Prepare bank reconciliation statement of MAC1 for May 2016 from the following information. Now, as I said, you will compare cash book and passbook. So what we will do is listen carefully. If it is there in both the books, put tick. And if it is there in only one of the books, put cross. And only cross items will come in BRS. Because which are those cross items which are there in one book but not in the other book? They are the reasons of differences. Okay? Understand it. Opening balance of cash book debit side to balance brought down. Do you find 6,000? Everyone? All of you look at it carefully, understand it properly. Next page. Passbook, see the opening balance, balance brought down. Do you find 6,000? And as I said, there will always be opposite. In cash book, it's a debit balance, and here it is a credit balance. So put tick on to balance brought down in passbook as well as in cash book. Which we are solving question number 10. You have to be very attentive when I am doing something. Put tick on balance brought down 6,000 in cash book as well as in passbook, balance brought down 6,000 in the beginning. Do you all find that or not? Now understand this. Cash book, next debit side. Do you find to Tapan's account 18,000? Yes. See next page. Passbook credit side. Do you find Tapan's account 18,000 or not? Yes. Put tick on Tapan in both the books. Is everyone able to understand? Next. Don't talk in between. To Vishwa's account 4,500. See in passbook credit side, do you find Vishwa So in cash book, put cross on Vishwa. Vishwa is one of the reasons of differences. Okay, it is there in cash book but not in. So will the balance differ or not? So that is one of the reasons of differences. Then Shan 300, do you have it in passbook? So put cross on Shan. That is second reason of difference. Okay. Now credit side. By rent account check issued to Rama 3000. See in passbook debit side, do we have Rama 3000?
Yes.
Put tick on Rama in both the books. All are able to understand the process? Then by Ghanshyam 1500 in cash book, do you find in passbook debit side Ghanshyam? So put cross on Ghanshyam. Then by Prakash 2400, do you find in cash book debit side Prakash 2400? Put tick on Prakash in both the books. What's talking in between? Next, by commission account check issued to Chintan 300, do you find Chintan in passbook? No, so put cross on Chintan. Then by Rajani 6000, do you find in passbook debit side Rajni? So put cross on Rajni 6000. Then Haresh 3000, do you find in passbook debit side? Yes. So put tick on Haresh in both the books. Now balance carried down 12,600. Listen everyone. What did I tell you? Either you start your solution with cash books closing balance and your answer will be passbooks closing balance, or you start your question with passbooks closing balance, then your answer will be cash books closing balance. Is this 12,600 cash books closing balance or not? So this will be our starting point. We'll start with this, or this can be our answer. If you start with passbooks balance, then this will become our answer. This question will start with cash books balance and end with passbooks balance. Next question will start with passbooks balance and end with cash books, so that both the concepts are clear. So mark it as STPT, starting point. STPT, starting point. We will start with 12,600. Any doubts with this? Cash book, all the items are complete. Now see in passbook, whatever remains unticked, put cross. We have seen all the items of cash book, they are not there in cash book. Which items are unticked in passbook still? Bank charges, put cross, it is not there in cash book. Then Kunjal, put cross, it is not there in passbook. Then Jai, put cross, it is not there in passbook. And then do you see balance carried forward 9570? This will be our answer. Mark it as ANS answer. Did you understand this portion, everyone? So either you start with cash books balance 12,600. In that case, your answer will be passbooks balance 9570. Or you start with passbooks balance 9570. In that case, your answer will be cash books balance 12,600. Any of the things can be done. Did you understand this portion, everyone? Any doubts with it? The format will be, give the heading, bank reconciliation statement of bank reconciliation statement of Mac 1. Yes, silence. And the addendum. When do we make this statement? On the last day of the month. Okay, after you compare cash book and passbook. Which month cash book and passbook is given? So last day of May as on 31st May 2016. Okay, heading will be bank reconciliation statement of Mac 1 as on 31 May 2016. Columns will be serial number, particulars, debit and credit. Make these columns. Okay, serial number, particulars, debit and credit. Yes, did you all make the columns? Raise your hand who is still making it. Now, as I discussed with you, understand it properly. Our starting point will be closing balance of cash book. What is closing balance of cash book? 12,600. Now, listen carefully. Is that 12,600 a bank balance or bank overdraft? No, it's bank balance. Bank balance means receipts are more than payments. If 12,600 is remaining on credit side, then are receipts more than payments or not? Receipt side total 28,800 is more than payments. Therefore, you have difference of 12,600. So, is that 12,600 a bank balance or bank overdraft? Bank balance, because receipts are more than payments. Any doubts with this? Further, is that 12,600 a debit balance or credit balance? Debit balance. It appears on credit side, but it is a debit balance. Debit balance because debit side total is more than credit side. Did you understand it? We will start with that. Write down bank balance as per cash book. Bank balance as per cash book. And since it is a debit balance, it will come in debit column 12,600. Since it is a debit balance, it will come in debit column 12,600. I repeat it. 12,600 is bank balance because receipts are more than payments. Further, it's a debit balance because debit side total is more than credit side. Okay. Now we have to write the reasons of differences. Why does it differ? As we can see next page. What is closing balance of cash book? Sorry, passbook? 9570. Now we have to write the reasons. Why 12,600 is different from 9570? That is the concept of bank reconciliation statement. Now, debit side you can see cross on Vishwa and Shan. So first these two are the reasons. Now understand what is this reason actually. Vishwa and Shan is on the debit side of cash book. Means we have received check from them. They are on the receipt side of cash book. Means we have received check from Vishwa and Shan. Now why does it not appear in the passbook? It means we have deposited the check in the bank. But by this month end, 31st May, bank has not collected that amount. Yesterday I told you we deposit, then it goes into the clearing house, then bank collects the amount. So what is the reason these two are not appearing in passbook? Bank has not collected the amount of these two. Maybe we deposited very late in the bank. Maybe we deposited at the end of the month, so it will come in 1 to 2 days of the next month. Okay. So what reason will you write for these two checks deposited in the bank but not yet collected by the bank? They are in the receipt side of cash book. Means we have received check from these two people. What will you do with the checks received? Deposit in the bank. Now, if we have deposited in the bank, then why they are not appearing in passbook? Bank has not collected the money. So what is the reason we will mention here? Checks deposited but not yet collected by the bank. Did you understand this portion? Any doubt with this reason? Once again, Vishwa and Shan on the receipt side of cash. What does it mean? We have received check from these two people. What will we do with the checks received? Now, if we have deposited in the bank, then why they are not appearing in passbook? Bank has not collected the money. So what is the reason? Checks deposited but not yet collected by the bank. Able to understand this? And on the first reason of difference, checks deposited but not yet collected by the bank. Okay, checks deposited but not yet collected by the bank. Now within that you'll write the amounts also in detail. One check is of Vishwa of 4,500. Then another check is of Shan of 300. So total amount not collected by the bank is 4,800. Okay. Now what is the rule we have to follow? Do the under. These two amounts are debited in cash book but not credited in passbook. So credit in BRS. Do the under. Okay, these two amounts are debited in cash book but not credited in passbook. So credit in BRS. Do the under. Once again, these two amounts are debited in cash book but not credited in passbook. So we credit in BRS. Any confusions with this? Now if you see on the payment side, then there is cross on Ghanshyam, Chintan, Rajni, and that's it. 3 crosses. Okay. Now what does that mean? They are on the payment side means we have given the check to them. We have given the check to them. So we have recorded in cash book on payment side. But then why is it not appearing in passbook? Means they have not yet deposited in the bank. Means we will say they have not presented in our bank for the payment. So what reasons will we write for this credit side items of cash book? Checks issued. Repeat. Checks issued. Issued means given. But not presented for payment. Did you understand this, everyone? We have given them the checks, we have issued them the checks, but they are not presented for payment. Any confusion in this? All are clear with this reason? So, write down second reason. Checks issued but not yet presented for payment. Now 3 checks are there. Ghanshyam 1,500. Okay. Okay, 3 crosses. One is Ghanshyam 1,500. Second is Chintan 300. And third is Rajni. And Rajni's amount is 6,000. So total amount is 7,800. Now dear reader, do the under. These 3 are credited in cash book but not debited in passbook. So debit in BRS. Okay, these 3 amounts are credited in cash book but not debited in passbook. So debit in BRS. They come in opposite side on both the books. Any confusions with this? Okay, so in the summary first we include these 2 reasons. Okay, which are the 2 reasons possible for differences? Checks deposited but not yet collected by the bank. Now checks deposited but not yet collected by the bank, as we have practically seen, they are debited in cash book but not credited in passbook. So effect will be credited in BRS. Able to understand this, everyone? And second reason is checks issued but not yet presented for payment. Now checks issued, the second reason what we have seen those three process. Checks issued means given, so they are credited in cash book, and not presented for payment means they are not debited in passbook, so we will debit in BRS. Okay, this way throughout the chapter we'll keep on writing the summary, and at the end you'll find 29-30 reasons. That's why we leave two sides format. And at the time of exams, just revise those 29-30 reasons, everything will be covered. Every point of the chapter will be covered in that. Understood that? Now look at crosses of passbook and understand those reasons. So these two reasons are clear, everyone? See, in passbook the cross is on bank charges, and after bank charges Kunjal and then Jal. Three different reasons more. Now understand bank charges. They're in debit column 30. Now tell me, these days so we get immediate intimation from the bank if they levy any charges through SMS. But we are talking about the primitive age, old times, when this all online system etc. was not existing. At that time, bank used to directly debit the amount in passbook for bank charges, did not inform the trader. How would trader come to know about that? Bank will never send any intimation to the trader. How would trader come to know that bank has levied bank charges? Through passbook. When he goes and collect the passbook, and many times he goes fighting also with the bank. Why did you levy the charges? Then bank reverses also. But when does trader come to know about it? Only when he collects the passbook, when he sees the passbook. Until that he doesn't have the knowledge. Okay. Now until he has the knowledge, is he going to record in cash book? No. So what happens here? Bank directly debits this amount in passbook without informing the trader. This is the reason it is not appearing in cash book, because trader does not have any knowledge. So what reason we will write for this? Bank directly. What do you mean by directly? Without informing the trader. Bank directly debited bank charges in the passbook, or bank charges directly debited by the. What does that mean? Directly means without informing the trader. Did you understand this portion, everyone? Okay. So third reason of difference right now. Bank charges directly debited by the bank. Okay, what do you understand by directly debited by the bank? Without informing the trader. Trader doesn't have knowledge, so he has not recorded it. Now, this 30 rupees of bank charges is debited in passbook. All of you, this 30 of bank charges is debited in passbook, but not credited in cash book. So credited in BRS. Do be under. Did you understand this? It is debited in passbook but not credited in cash book, so credited in BRS. Any doubts up till here? Okay. So what is the third reason? Not only bank charges, it can be any kind of things which is directly debited in passbook. Can be SMS charges, NEFT charges, RTGS charges, any kind of charges. Okay. So we'll not write simply bank charges, we'll write charges directly debited by the bank. This is the third reason. And infinite reasons are possible. We are just going to mention in the summary whatever reasons are covered in your textbook. Otherwise, infinite reasons are possible. Why cash book and passbook's balance may differ. Now, this is debited in passbook but not credited in cash book, so credited in BRS. Did you understand this, everyone? Next. Next cross is on Kunjal. Now understand what does it mean. 9,000 is amount in which column? Credit column. Now tell me, in passbook credit column means what? Receipt or payment? Passbook's credit column is receipt. Opposite of cash book, mirror of cash book. So passbook's credit column is receipt. Means in short 9,000 we have received from Kunjal. Yes or no? Now how is it possible that we have received 9,000 from Kunjal and we only don't know? Because we have not recorded it. Cash book means we don't know. No, we don't have the knowledge about it. We received 9,000 from Kunjal and we only don't know about that. It is possible when the person directly deposits the money in our bank account. For example, if the place is rented, the landlord is in America, he has given me the instruction, you directly deposit every month the rent in my bank account. I deposit the money in his bank account. And he will have the knowledge of that only either when I intimate him or else he sees the passbook. So here in this situation, what has happened? Kunjal has directly deposited the money in the bank account without informing the trader. Trader does not have knowledge, so it doesn't appear in cash flow. Did you understand this? So what reason we will write for this? Around reason number 4. Amount directly deposited by Kunjal in our bank account. Amount directly deposited by Kunjal in our bank account. Did you understand it? Anyone who did not understand this reason, raise your hand. Now it is 9,000 is credited in passbook, but not debited in cash book. So debit in BRS. 9,000 is credited in passbook, but not debited in cash book. So debit in BRS. Okay. So what is the fourth reason? Amount directly deposited by, now we don't know his schedule. Most probably it would be our customer only who will deposit the money in our bank account. So deposited by our customer in our bank account. Okay, amount directly deposited by our customer in our bank account. Now he deposits the money in bank account means it's credited in passbook but not debited in cash book. So debit in BRS. Did you understand this? And the last reason is J. Now J 15,000 is in which column? Debit column. What is passbook's debit column? Payments, mirror of cash book. Passbook's debit column is payment side. Now again, how is it possible that we have paid money to Jay and we only don't know? This is possible when you give standing instructions to the bank. Many times it happens that you give instructions to the bank. Then on every month, 5th date, you make directly the payment on this person's bank account as insurance premium, as rent, as XYZ amount. So on the basis of our instructions, bank directly pays the money and it slips from our mind because we have already instructed the bank. So when will we come to know about that? Only when we see the passbook. So trader has given this standing instruction and bank has paid the money to Jay. But trader does not have knowledge, so he has not recorded it. So as we have written here, amount directly deposited, here we'll say amount directly paid by the bank on our behalf. Did you understand this? So fifth reason, amount directly paid by the bank to Jay on our behalf. Okay, amount directly paid by the bank to Jay on our behalf. What is the amount? 15,000. Now 15,000 is debited in passbook but not credited in cash book, so credit in BRS. Do the under. Okay, once again, 15,000 is debited in passbook but not credited in cash book, so credited BRS. So what is the fifth reason possible? Payments directly made by the bank on our behalf. Payments directly made by the bank on our behalf. Now this means it is debited in, payments means debited in passbook, but not credited in cash book, so credit in BRS. Did you understand this, everyone? Now, which column's total looks more? Debit column's total looks more. Okay, 12, 19, 28, 29, 400. Do it everyone, 12,600 plus 7,800. 12,600 plus 7,800 plus 9,000. 29,400. Leaving around 2 lines, write 29,400 on both the sides. All are able to get 29,400. Write 29,400 on both the sides. Did you understand this? Did you all write this? Now do 29,400 minus 4,800 minus 30 minus 15,000. 95. See, what did we mark as answer? Is it 9570 or not? Yes. Do you all get it or not? Now what is this? Understand it. It is credit balance of passbook. As I said, we'll start with. Then our answer will be as per passbook. Now passbook's credit balance means credit side is more than debit side, and in passbook credit is more than debit means receipts are more than payments. So this is also bank balance. Once again, we get 9570 in which column? We started with which balance? So we'll end with passbook. Passbook's credit balance is our answer. Now passbook credit balance means credit side is more than debit side. And in passbook, what do you mean by credit side is more than debit side? Receipts are more than payments. So is this bank balance or bank overdraft? Bank balance. So against that you'll write bank balance as per passbook. Okay, bank balance as per passbook. Did you all understand this? So this is how we will solve the questions of bank reconciliation statement where cash book and passbook are directly. Any doubts with that? Put it off.